Hi, Elle. If you've been following me for a minute, then it's good to see you. And if you're new, welcome to my channel. And or to it could be on X. Then it's good to meet you. I've been wanting to do this video for a minute, but it's not easy because I'm very busy. And I am the CEO, the CFO, the ad campaigner, the manager, and anything else connected to my self-employment. If it needs to be done, that's my job too. But anyways, I want to talk about, because if you have been following me for a minute, then you know that about in the middle of November is when I started this. And so I want to give you kind of an update on how it's working and everything regarding this. Just in case you're new, I'll go ahead and take a minute to explain what it's about. About mid-November, I heard was listening to a talk, and I do have a doctorate, but it's not in medicine. I am not any kind of expert in this field at all. But I was listening to a talk, and the speaker started talking about medical benefits of gratitude journaling. And I had never heard anything about that. So I was very interested in it. And I started researching it and looking it up online, and I learned a lot, which I will talk a little bit about that later in the video. But I learned a lot about it, and I was highly interested in it. Because they said it helped with sleep and with inflammation, which I knew meant it would also help with allergies, if that were true. So the first thing I did was I began to research it and look it up online. And of course, I put it in the search engine. And if you go to any search engine and you put in gratitude medical benefits or gratitude journaling benefits or anything like that, you'll pull up a whole bunch of studies. I think you totally ought to do that. Even if you just share this stream to yourself in a message or something, whatever happens, I want you to do that. I want you to look at the evidence, because it's overwhelming. And you would think that you had heard about it, because you would think everybody's heard about it, but no. It's only been studied since about 2003. It was Dr. Robert Emmons, Emmons, was the first person to really study gratitude. And everything he did was involved, all of his studies involved participants keeping weekly gratitude journals. And in those initial studies, he even reported that they had higher optimism, better sleep, fewer physical symptoms, and increased goal attainment. Although I don't know how, he measured that right now. But I do know some of the studies that I read. But anyway, let me not ramble. I worked all day, but I said I'm going to push through. I'm going to do this because I've been wanting to do this video for a minute. But anyway, so I've been doing it since mid-November. And when I started out, I was very aggressive. And where's my gratitude journal? The main one that I have is this one that has the author stripe on it. It's ugly because it has the author stripe. But I have the other one that doesn't. So this is what it should look like. But the author one looks like this. This is my New Year's journal because, I started doing it in mid-November. And so when I started out, and you can see this that I've written, and I've highlighted a bunch of it because when I had really good stuff, I highlighted it so I could go back and look at it again. I started out very aggressively doing it. Getting up in the morning and trying to do 10 minutes or so in the morning, in the afternoon, and at night. So I was very aggressive when I first started doing it. And I started seeing benefits really early too, which was amazing. But of course, you can't, as a busy person, do it forever aggressively. So I've missed as far as not doing it at all, maybe 2 days. Not much. Usually I at least will write something in there, write something down, and I try to do it for just a minute when I wake up and for maybe a few minutes before I go to bed. And sometimes I get to do it in the middle of the day too, which I like to do it. And that's my rhythm. My rhythm is not like the studies were that people did it at least 5 days a week for 15 minutes at night before bed. That was at least the studies that I read. And there's a lot of studies. So it's going to be more when you look it up than you can read. and I'll try to link some studies in at the bottom, but I'm not sure exactly when I'll do it. And I'll put probably just a general link to my Amazon page to where you can scroll and find the gratitude journals for yourself, but then later go back and put examples pages in, because Amazon doesn't have example pages of my books on gratitude journaling, which I wish they did. They have example pages of every other book that I did, but not gratitude journaling. So anyway, I started out very aggressively, and I became less, of course, over time aggressive, but continued to do it consistently. And still had like maybe in the past. This is over 4 months, maybe 3 nights that I couldn't go to sleep, and I stayed up and felt stressed. But that's not much compared to how it was before I started. So, and even though that those times that happened, 2 of those times I did gratitude journal for a while, but the gratitude journal didn't like immediately work. Okay, but it has had an overall effect on my sleep, and it's had on my allergies. I haven't had any symptoms, and I am living now in Tulsa, Oklahoma, which is like allergy capital of the United States. If I had pictures, I mean, I don't have all that where I can like pull it up on my channel, but or at least I don't know how. But I mean, my eyes used to be broken out. I couldn't breathe. I was taking Medrol, and I mean, I had severe allergies when and it's the springtime now, and I'm nothing. I mean, I've had to take. Where's my Flonase? I've used Flonase, I think, twice, which is like nothing. So I mean, it's really working on well on my allergies. But I do it consistently. I don't do it for a long period of time, but I do it more like I do it in the morning. If I can do it for a minute in the afternoon, I do, and then I do it at night. And my brother and I also gratitude journal together, which if you've been following me for a minute, you know that he and I had made a plan that we were going to gratitude journal together. So 2 to 3 times a week, he and I sit down and we gratitude journal for like 20 minutes. Okay. So I should have said that, I guess, to begin with. But I mean, obviously it is a commitment if you're going to see the benefits. Okay. So let's see. Where do I go next? Well, I guess the first thing that I'm going to do is read you the benefits of gratitude journaling. At least I included 8 studies in the back of my books that the studies tell you the benefits of gratitude journaling. Or, I mean, if you look it up on a search engine, you're going to find a whole lot, but I put these 8. Okay, AASM article linking gratitude to improved sleep and longer lifespan. University of Michigan article linking gratitude to improved immune function as well as better sleep. Mentions keeping a gratitude journal. But these studies, if you read them, it's all like that's what they did. Although Mayo Clinic also recommended, they said you could have other gratitude actions, like you could give somebody a thank you card and stuff like that. But none of the studies are like that, because how would you measure that? You know, a working person, you can't have them go hand out. I mean, I guess you could try, but so they had them do the gratitude journaling, but they also recommended that there are other things that you can also actively do as well. Okay, Harvard article about gratitude, health, and longevity. This article also links gratitude to better sleep quality and improved cardiovascular health. UCLA article linking making gratitude a habit to better heart health and improve sleep. Recommends practicing gratitude for 15 minutes a day, 5 days a week, for at least 6 weeks. University of Florida College of Nursing article suggests gratitude journaling leads to lower inflammation, and that's where it hits you on the allergies right there. University of Rochester Medical Center article states gratitude journaling improves sleep. Mayo Clinic shows that improved sleep, mood, immunity function, difficulties with chronic pain, and risk of disease, and recommends keeping a gratitude journal. And then research.com lists 35 scientific benefits of gratitude and recommends gratitude journaling. So then when I first heard about it, after I researched it and found out it was true, then I was highly interested in doing it. So of course I went to that Emma's amazing site to try to find a gratitude journal. I talked to my brother and we agreed to do it together. So I went to look for gratitude journals for us to do that. Well, what I found on there was that all the gratitude journals would have like they'd have like prompts, and they would say, name a person that you're grateful for, or name something that went well at work today, or they would give you one thing that they would tell you to do. But I really did not like that because I thought, well, well, what if it's one of those days that I don't even want to see any? I don't want to even see any people. I had a bad people day, but maybe, maybe I had a great walk outside, or maybe I had a great cup of coffee, or something like that. And that's when I realized that I was going to make gratitude journals myself to be the way I wanted them to be and to line up with what I was seeing in these studies. So I did. I made the first one I made was the one I was showing you, the New Year's Gratitude Journal, because that's what was coming up when I made it. And as a journal, I can tell you that working through it, it's very easy to use. It has a lot of I don't think the video quality is good enough for you to see all the little lines on this, but it has little lines on it that you can write on. There are some that don't. Most of them do, but there are a few that don't. Like this one, it has lines, but then it has a top part that you could draw on. And for me, I do. Sometimes I'll draw the thing I'm grateful for, and then of course the one with the little clouds that I love that you can write on. If this video is not good, I'm going to pull it right on down. But I'm at least I started doing something, But I'll draw and then write sometimes on those, because there's a little place that you can do that. This is an easy going. It's so easy to do this. This one very easy, very simple, very user friendly. Okay. So I made that one, and then and I'll tell you this. Well, it's hard to know what order. I didn't really plan this out. I tend to just go on when I'm doing a live, and I don't plan it out. And maybe I should. Okay, but anyways, so I have several that I made, and then I made one because I couldn't find anything for men, and I thought that was wrong, because it was a man that actually started this. Robert Emmons is like called the father of gratitude. He started this studies in 2003, but everything was for women. So, but I made one that's killer for women. But so the first one I made for men is this one. It's Men's Active Gratitude Journal with category examples. Once again, I give those category examples, but I did it here against like sports backgrounds and stuff that was masculine, and it didn't have a bunch of flowers on it and stuff like all the other gratitude journals that I even saw. And so, I made this one, and I had my brother, of course, in mind when I did, because I wasn't going to buy him one that was pink, But it has a lot of different categories, and you'll find something in one of those categories. And I did that once a week. I have the panels once a week, and then every week too, I have a suggestion, a background suggestion here that will say, and it just gives simple gratitude things that you could be grateful for, like ran into a friend, took a refreshing walk, went swimming, wore my favorite shirt. Because once you start going, once you start expressing gratitude or thankfulness or thinking about things, even little things that went well, it'll get you going, and you'll think of more. If you sat there and like I said, for me, maybe 5 minutes. Okay. What's 5 minutes? I mean, for something that has all these benefits, I mean, if you take a pill, it's going to have side effects. I know, for allergies, because I suffered through those side effects. but anyways, okay, so let me go ahead and tell you, hopefully you have enough commitment that you're staying with me for the video, but you're going to have a commitment if you're going to do this and get the benefits. But I mean, like I said, I've missed a couple of days. You know what? I did it the next day. Do it a lot, then I'm not going to say do it a lot, get a lot of benefits, or do it a little, get a little benefits, because I'm not sure if it works like that. I'm not sure about that. But doing it at all, I mean, you're going to see some benefits. So, anyways, sorry, get off my high horse now. So, I also made one specifically for women, and this is the most beautiful one I made. Favorite gratitude journal. It's very artistic. I made it for me. It has a lot of people smiling and laughing because when I see other people smile, it makes me feel happy too. And it has a lot of very artistic photographs. I love this. This is the Paris Cafe. I don't have the one, and I have one of these that I've started writing in, but I didn't bring it inside. It's in my Jeep because my brother and I use that one when I go with him. Okay. So I didn't want to bring it inside because when I go with him on Monday night, we sit there in gratitude journal. We have a certain place that we go and sit there and do it. I want it to be there in the Jeep and I don't want to forget about it. I left it in the apartment, et cetera, et cetera. So, and I love these because this is dedicated. You can't turn this into a notebook because it ain't a notebook. If I try to do this in a notebook, then which is how I started, I'm going to put other stuff in there. Okay. If I have a notebook and I start with gratitude journaling, then sooner or later, I'm going to have it and I'm just going to start putting other stuff in there too. And then it's all it's not dedicated. And this is dedicated. I can't use it for something else besides the gratitude journal, which is good for something where I'm going to have a commitment and I'm going to do it. But this is my women's. It's very beautiful. I can't show you all the pictures because it's a lot of variety because I like variety. And it's long. I think this one is 5 months. You can look at the page numbers on my Amazon. And if you're on X, then I'll drop my Amazon in the links. If you're on YouTube, it is in the description. And if you can't find it, one thing you can always do is look up my name online because I'm the only Yael Zebulon writing in North America. So, so you can find it. And if you don't see it on the YouTube description here, I think you do, but if you don't, you can go to any of my other videos and it's going to be right there in description. If you're on X right now, it's not going to be in the comments for a few minutes, but if you go to any other video of mine, go under highlights, you'll find those links and example pages, which you need because Amazon doesn't have any example pages of my books on gratitude, like I said. But that's why I put them for you to see, put examples for you to see of those books. Last book, and I'm going to tell you, I've got a little bit of information to relay. So thank you for your patience with me because, like I said, I'm not only the artist and the author and the creator of these books, I'm also the advertiser, the financial manager, and all of these things that being self-employed is. And I'm telling you, it's a miracle that I slept real well during tax season. So, and I am giving gratitude journaling the credit for it because I didn't, what I mean? I was struggling with sleep. And this is working for me. And so I knew it would, or I believed it would, because I saw the results of the studies and I heard about it. But now I know it does by my own experience, which I'm excited about. Okay, now I told you about that and about the women's. The last one I'm going to tell you about is beautiful. And I made it for men that maybe they're not a big baseball and football fan like the other book is. This is one of my favorite books that I ever made. It's a Western. It's called Wins. It's a success journal. It is different and it's distinct from all the other journals that I made. And you can see my journals are big. Okay, they're not small. And I'm going to tell you something about that in a second. But anyway, this journal is Western. It has rodeo. It has horses. It is high action. It has also the word containers, but what it does not have is the gratitude panels. And the reason is because I wanted this to be something that maybe if a man wanted to do a different kind of journaling, he could. Maybe you could even use this for a business or for teams or anything like that. I mean, I love I love these high action rodeo photos, but it's also because I put some needles in the haystack on men's journals because you couldn't find them, and to me that's not right. But anyways, so if you're a guy, you would enjoy this, but if you're using it for gratitude journaling, I would highly recommend that and this is a 4-month journal. Of course, the one I made for me has more votes. But if you're a guy and you want to use it for gratitude journaling and you want these benefits of sleep, cardiovascular, allergy, and things like that, I would recommend strongly that you start out with one of these, either New Year's, excuse me, either New Year's gratitude or the active gratitude, because it has the category panels and it'll get you used to it. And when you're first doing gratitude journaling, you kind of need something to get you used to it and ease into it, in my opinion. I mean, but you have to do what you feel. But I made this where it could be used for a lot of different stuff. It could be used for gratitude journaling. It could be used for teams. It could be used to just chart your successes. And so I did that way for this reason. All right. I'm taking a sip of my tea now because I have my little bit of coffee, but I'm telling you, it is nothing compared to what usually I face this time of year. Or not face, I'm not going to say it present tense, faced in the past. All right. Now I want to tell you this too. When you go to Amazon, if you go to Amazon and you look at my books, Amazon is going to throw up some other little books. Wait, let me cover out the title for like $7. And they're going to be like this. They're going to be like this. And my book's going to be like this. Okay. So yeah, they will. And they're going to have little prompts in them. And like the prompts that I told you about and just lined paper that you could use it for that. I think I have a grocery list in the back of this one because you could use it for that or you could use it for anything else too. Okay. So you're going to see that for $7. Then you're going to see mine. And I'm not going to say the prices of mine because mine are underpriced right now. And they should probably be priced a little bit higher. So I don't want to say the prices of mine, but you'll immediately see what they are. And you'll immediately see some very low priced books. But it'll be a couple of dollars more than the ones. I mean, probably, but they'll put a couple of them in there. But I'm telling you, the ones that they put in there, don't think that equates to the product that I spent months producing, because it doesn't. But anyways, and I think is there anything else I wanted to tell you about? I mean, I read you the studies. Each one of them has those studies in the back, except for WINS. WINS doesn't. It's diverse. And I know if you're a guy, and all the other ones have the studies in the back. But and if you're a guy, I know you probably love this. If you love cowboys, you love the West, you love rodeos or Texas, and I love it too. But it does not have. Oh yeah, in the back one I have, of course, John Wayne. Well done. Well, I don't know. Maybe probably a little older than you are, but I had to put him on that last page. But especially this is, I think, made in Texas. Yep, Coppell, Texas. But again, if you're going for the benefits now, if you're like, no, I'm just going for journaling or something like that, then yeah, go ahead and grab that one. But if you are going for the medical benefits, please start with one of these. That I do not believe I'm ever going to take that other journal down because I love it. And I even made some videos about that that are not videos like this of me talking, but like Western videos advertising that book. But I would strongly recommend that you use either this one or the Men's Active Gratitude first, just because I want you to have the gratitude panels. They're good. And I'm telling you, it's a better book because it doesn't just box you in. It opens things up, to where, and I can tell you what some of the panels are, spiritual gratitude, answered prayer, and I've had a lot of answered prayers that have happened. So, I could always start with that, even if I say, well, and I don't. If I said I had a bad day in every way, I could go, well, I remember back when you answered this prayer. Let me just write that down, innovational gratitude, a new idea or insight, creating something. So it's going to have physical gratitude. You had a great walk or you had a great cup of coffee. You're going to find something in the panels that you can be thankful for. I promise. And And then two, and then once a week you have your weekly reminders, except in that cowboy journal. You don't have any weekly reminders there. That's a different, it's a different kind of a thing. And my, oh my gosh. Mine. I love this. I love this one so much. It's beautiful. And there's too many. I can't show you all of them. I wish I could in this one, but it's pretty, and you'll enjoy that. And I know because I'm using this one, and I know how it feels. And when I say I know how it feels, I'll say that, and then I'll wind it on down because I've been talking for a long time. I hope you don't mind. Thank you for your patience if you're still with me. But but when you're using photography with this, there is a feeling. It's not the same as just lined paper, but you'll feel a feeling with those pictures while you're doing it. They produce, we're very visual creatures, and it produces a feeling. And so with the photography that I picked, I'm producing, or using the photography to evoke a feeling like art. And so I think you'll be delighted with the product if you try it. If you don't, it's fine because it is working for me. It's working. My brother says it's working for him. But as you know, if you watch my other video, like I said, it's true. He's always been like, all of his life, he's been super positive. If you walk to his job today and says, "Where's Mr. Happy?" They're going to go, "Oh, he's over there." They all know that's him. He loves gratitude journey, but he took to it like a duck to water because that he's like that anyway. But he loves it, and he does it. He does it with me, and he says it's making a difference for him. So, but it made a huge difference for me because I was not like that. And I could be type A, and I can be a worrier, and it's a mindset changer. I can't. I'm not sure how I would describe it. It's not the kind of thing that necessarily, sometimes it might make you feel calmer when you're doing it, but it's more of like, for me, I mean, I can't say for the other people that they did the studies on and all, I don't know. But for me, it's like a mind shift. And it's like just, I don't know how to explain it, but it's like a mental shift because you can't worry at the same time that you're writing down things that are going well, right? And so, and you can see too, you can understand, like I said in one of the other videos, how it's like a horse. If you control the head of the horse, you control the whole body. You the way your head is going, the rest of you will follow. And so, and I'm not just saying that now because it's something that you're going to look up, or if I'll probably drop some of the studies down in there. I don't know if I'm going to do it tonight because it's late, but I said I was going to do this video and I did it, even though I was up early. But I'll try to get some example pages down there and some links down there. If you're on X, if you're on YouTube, I probably have comments disabled, but you can go over to my, if you put my name in any search engine, you can see it over here, Jael, or it may be over here. I don't know on your screen, but my last name is Zebulun. It's Zebulun. And if you're on my channel, you can find it. You can find it. And if you put me in any search engine, you're going to pull me up. And so then you'll be able to go and find me. And if you find any, like if you go to Facebook, you go to X, you're going to be able to find sample pages from these books because Amazon didn't give you those sample pages, even though I tried to kind of show them in this video. But they are on my pages to where you can go look at them. And thank you so much for watching my video. I hope you do gratitude journaling, and I hope it's wonderful for you like it's been for my brother and me. Thank you so much, and see you next time. Stay awesome.